name's Miranda. I'm an alcoholic addict. I'm nervous. She was wrong about 120 days. I was there for 150. I needed extra help. I'm 25 years old. I was 24 when I went. I celebrated my birthday there. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what happened. Before Dove's Nest, at 16, I started using drugs and alcohol. I stayed in I'm very codependent. Stayed in some really bad relationships. I was so bad, I went back to a guy that broke my neck, my jaw, and had 3 plastic surgeries after that, which caused me to be addicted to pain medications. And then 11 months after leaving him, I met he's my illegal husband. In my mind, I'm not married, but legally I am. Anyways, I started doing drugs really bad. By this time, I had 4 DUIs. By the time I came to Dove's Nest, I had 6. 2 children. I walked in the doors. I'll never forget that day I walked in the door. I was wishing I had, this probably sounds kind of bad, but that I had done maybe some kind of drugs recently so I'd fail that drug test and they'd send me on my merry way, you know, and I just keep on going. But I didn't, and I stayed. When I went to Dove's Nest, I thought there was no possible way that I could get better, no way that I could change. I was just existing. I had nowhere to go. So I went to what I call now my home. Because of the donors, the volunteers, because of Dove's Nest, I believe in God. I was baptized. I was saved. I'll never forget the verse I always remember. My legs are shaking. Okay. We learned verses there. There's one verse that I'll never forget. It's Romans 8:28. It's my leaving verse. All things work together for the good for those who love God, for those who are called according to His purpose. And that's true. It's very true. Because of the donors, because of volunteers, because of Dove's Nest, my children have a mommy. Because of Tony Marciano and codependency, his classes he taught, I'm separated, which is a good thing. I am happy on work today. My children have a mommy that's mentally and physically there. Dove's Nest, I'll never forget calling Shantae. I still have to go to court for these DUIs, and it taught me to have faith, have hope. When I thought there was none left, they taught me to live in today and not in my past, because I'm not that person anymore. And when I thought there was no hope for court, I called her and I called my attorney. I told him I wasn't giving up hope. I don't think God brought me this far to drop me now. I called her and I said, I just want to hear your voice. Tell me that everything's going to be okay. That's what I do with Dove's Nest. I always go back. I always keep in touch. And I said, I'm not going to give up. Well, later on that week, my attorney called me and told me, and this is totally God, that if they could get my cases put together, and that one county should drop them both, and they're both habitual DUIs, drop them both to misdemeanor, give me time served. And because of Dove's Nest, I didn't go home. I went to the YWCA, even though my children would not be with me. And I had put them in kinship with my mother so that my ex-husband wouldn't be able to get them while going to Dove's Nest so I could take care of myself. They don't give your children back if you don't have a place for them to come, and I was forbidden to go back there because I knew I wouldn't make it. So I went to the YWCA, kept my faith. They told me to keep my faith and keep praying and hoping that something would change. And the same week that I talked to Shantae on the phone, I told her I wasn't giving up, they called and they gave me full guardianship of my children, regardless if I had a place for them or not. She's right, I couldn't look nobody in the eye. I still get really nervous in front of crowds. They taught me to do that. Before I wouldn't breathe. Now I'm breathing. I'm doing great. Yeah, that's a good thing. But I just picked up my year chip last week. Yeah. I was a year clean sober. And I owe it all to the donors, to volunteers, to Dove's Nest, Charlotte Rescue Mission, Tony Marciano, codependency classes definitely, because I'm still codependent. Me and my sponsor on the 5-year plan. There is not a 1-year plan for me. It's not going to happen. But I will never, this is my heart. I might have left Dove's Nest, but Dove's Nest never left me. I carry it in my heart every day. And oh my gosh, I can't describe it. It's indescribable, the love, the hope and the faith that I have. Even with everything pending still, I have faith that everything's going to be okay. There is a God, and I am loved unconditionally. And now I love myself, I love my children, I love my life. And I want you to know one thing, I might have had 6 DUIs. Well, I don't regret any of them. Reason being, because if it wouldn't have been for those DUIs, I would have never came to Dove's Nest, and I would never know what real gratefulness and being blessed is all about, and hope and love, because that's what brought me to Dove's Nest. So I don't regret, I regret the act, but the consequence was me having a life, truly living and not just existing anymore. Thank you so much.